Hey, it's not often that this happens. I hope you're doing okay. I really have, like, I have no idea what this is. I thought this is gonna be K-pop, and the only reason I'm thinking it's not K-pop is because I typed in Joji to see like if I was actually typing it incorrectly, and it came up with a Japanese singer. So this is Japanese. A lot of the people that I watch and I follow, they do a lot of K-pop stuff, and so I assume this is K-pop. But then also in the search results, it said something about an extremely artistic music video. So I'm like, well, there's no. I mean, it's probably not. I mean, it's called A Glimpse of Us. It's Japanese, not Korean, I believe, and it's called a work of art. So, you know, just whatever. Do I need auto translates on? Let me see if there's an auto translate on this thing. No, I don't see an auto translate. Whatever, let's do it. I set it up, right? I set it up for you. I don't know what you expect, and I think by explaining what's going on with me and in my head, at least you kind of get an idea of who I am watching the video. Let's go. I was gonna say Kaja, but that's Korean. I don't know how to say let's go in Japanese. She take the world off my shoulders. It's in English, number one. Two, I think you might be surprised that actually a lot of what you are seeing is kind of what my life is like or has been like. I don't try to hide. It's just like it's weird to tell people, you know. Yeah, most of what happens is me and a pack of cigarettes and beer shots on a back porch, wondering if any of this YouTube shit makes any difference. Is that a rabbit? That's a rabbit. Two rabbits. She turned the rain to a rain. Why then if she's so perfect? Okay, no, now it's gone a little farther than my life. Except for mattress on the floor. I heavily know that. You're like, bro, I don't care about your life. Well, then fucking go somewhere else. You can listen to the song when you want. You can find a billion fucking people who just stare at a screen and not say anything. Deer and rabbits? And it looks like medical bottles, maybe lab bottles that have been repurposed. Okay, my first thought is I actually think this is pretty fucking killer. That actually, I'm lying to you. I'm full of shit. That's my second thought. You know, my first thought is, if the dudes that are in these clips are watching the editing, I wonder if you actually remember this. Life like that, you don't really. I mean, I can only speak for myself and a couple of friends, but you live it. You don't remember it. In fact, you barely remember any of it. Tell me, save us your glory. Does he laugh the way I do? Is this a part of your story? Is it America? It looked kind of like the water and rocks is America, but I'm like, dude, I hadn't even been anywhere in this fucking country. I mean, I've been on some like water by where I am, and I'm like, well, that looks like those rocks look like my rocks. I guess it's doing what it's supposed to do. You know what? Fuck it. No, I've never been a guy who wore a balaclava or a ski mask or whatever and went around doing whatever people do. But there was a time, there was one time that happened. Back when I was 15 and I couldn't even drive, I didn't have like I had a learner's permit. I didn't have an actual driver's license. Me and my buddy, he was 16. And so he picked me up and we would just cruise around because we couldn't do shit. We just drove. That's what you just did. You just got in the car and drove. And I couldn't afford to do like when I say nothing, I mean, motherfucker, I didn't buy a dollar. I mean, not that I was destitute, but I couldn't spend any money. I mean, I had a house to go back to. I had parents that loved me and took care of me. But, bro, we didn't have, I mean, back then, nothing. And my buddy had 2 ski masks. I was like, what are we going to do with those? Just throw them in the back seat, like, whatever. And then during the course of driving throughout the day, we're like, hey, man, we keep cruising these same strips, these same, like, I forgot what they're called, like connectors or something. So there's not any red lights on them. And they just connect you from like, it's like from 130-mile-an-hour road to like another 40-mile-an-hour road. But you can do like 60 or 65. And we were like, let's put on the ski mask and just look at people. We pull up beside them, buddy driving, and we would just wait for someone. You keep your peripheral vision on, and we wait for someone to look at us. And then we'd look at them with 2 ski masks on. Then motherfuckers would almost always slam on the brakes. And then shit went crazy. And I was working some bullshit ass job being 15. And my mom was cashing a check for me so we could, I don't know, blow whatever, the 70 bucks I made. Something stupid. And I went to go to the bank where she was cashing the check. So we pulled up in the parking lot with our ski masks on, took them off. I went inside. My mom's waiting in line. I'm like, this is some boring shit. I'll go back in the car. I'll see you when you come out. Mom cashes the check. Here, you guys, like, have a good weekend. I'll see you when, on Sunday when you come back home to stay at your friend's place. The cops later on pulled my mom over because they thought that was a attempt to rob a bank and that we were actually casing the joint, and that I had this old lady as I don't know, reconnaissance or something. And they had us on camera pulling into the bank with ski masks on, taking them off, and me going in and talking to someone and then coming back. And they actually wanted to pull us over, which is crazy because all we did was drive around. They just didn't find us. They got my mom. This is pre-cell phone, so my mom is calling everybody. And so when we finally stop driving around and we get back to someone's house, we're like, your mom wants to talk to you. It sounds like it's serious. And she said she'd been pulled over by the cops, and we had to go turn ourselves in to the sheriff's department. And we got a really stern lecture about driving with ski masks is illegal and blah, 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 blah. And you're like, dude, why are you telling me all this? Because this footage reminds me of that. And that's just not, I'm not doing that again. That happened. So anyways, music's supposed to like trigger you. I'm triggered. In a good way. Fuck that, not triggered. It awakens your emotions. Oh, I had one of those. Ah, we got in a fight through a motherfucker through the wall. Shit's stupid. You fucking win. You win.